You get to be the grand finale.
Grand finale. I appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
How do you feel about the data centers? Do you think that's a good thing?
So data centers, I should have known data centers are gonna come up again, it's a popular
Well, I
topic.
just-
We've been doing a lot of research and there's
Okay.
a lot
That-
of concerns.
So yeah, there are a lot of concerns, and like, I think that a lot of it boils down, I think that there are places where there's different kinds of data centers. They use, which one?
In Montgomery County.
In Montgomery
They
County?
just purchased 1,000 acres.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look more into that one, because I've been really drilling on the Warren County one, because that's the one I've
And I
getting.
think it's the lack of transparency, they're not getting
Yes.
clear picture, the environmental impact of water consumption.
Yes.
Energy usage, lots of concerns.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, as far as the energy usage, the one positive thing I'll point out about that is that there was a ruling by the Public Service Commission, and by the time I had the Warren County one, they'd only made the ruling with Evergy, so it was the western half of the state. They've now made the same ruling with the eastern side of Ameren. So this gets rid of they can't get like the discount, the big breaks for doing the high volume energy, which was a big part of the concern, because if they're getting like these breaks, like that money's gotta come from somewhere, which means all of our rates rise. And so, I'm trying to think, I read a publication recently that really did a great job covering it. If you do like a Google search and then do the news tab, I'm sure you'll find like a number of ones come out. Search State Tax Commission, Ameren, and recent news.
I thought there was some kind of loophole in SB4 that was still
Yeah.
gonna raise
It was-
those rates though. And I know like my daughter's on Ameren and her rates already starting to go up because they can, the power grid, the power plants that we have now, from my understanding, cannot support these big data centers. Therefore, they're going to have to build bigger power plants.
Well, we share.
So end up costing the consumers more money.
Well, we're on MISO, so like it's not limited to power plants in Missouri, like, and that's something that as I study SB4 and the different utility bills, I'll be honest, like there's so much you have to learn when it comes to energy policy. I felt like I was back in organic chemistry in college. Luckily, my older brother's a surgeon, otherwise I probably would have never got through it. I was just kind of sitting there for hours, just trying my hardest to absorb and learn like all the intricacies of it. But we're in this MISO system that includes Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota. So we share power. It's not just limited to Missouri. And so there is an energy shortage problem in Missouri. Some of it's because we've had plants close here, ones that weren't upkept like they should be. And part of me wonders like, if that was done purposely, so they could push a bill that would get us to be able to pay them to upgrade before they actually do upgrades.
We're paying for all they're ready for
And for the record, I was very much against it, very passionately voted against that bill.
I just know some people in the oil business, they said your kids are not gonna get no fucking water.
Well, it depends. And one thing I learned is that there are 3 different types of water systems that data systems can use. So 2 of them,
That's what they're gonna use now, yeah.
Well, even like, yeah.
so that, I don't know, so that with this one, that's one I don't know. The Warren County one was a closed loop system. So, you fill it once and then, like, that's it. Like, if it gets low, you kind of top it off, think like a radiator. And so that one, like, is much less concerning to me, but if this is one of the other styles, then that's when I would be concerned about water consumption.
And the closed loop is actually a concern too, because you lose a lot of it with evaporation. So there's.
So that's when you have to top it off.
There is still a lot of water consumption. in
Yeah.
the closed loop because of the evaporation.
And like, that's why it's very hard to say, like, generally speaking, I don't think I say all data centers are bad, all are good, but it's gotta be fit for the community. And I think that's the key.
Transparent.
Yes, and transparency
My
is key as
understanding
well.
is the county commissioners, I even called there and they said, has there been, when I questioned just a couple months ago, nope, you can meet with it was very closed off, they would not answer any questions, no land has been purchased, and then all of a sudden, 2 months later, 1,000 acres just miraculously was available for them to purchase.
Probably because the family farm closed.
You said this is Phelps County?
Montgomery County.
Oh, Montgomery County.
Yeah, and then, and my understanding is they signed NDAs, so they cannot disclose information to the public. There's a lot of shady stuff, and then
you get one of my cards? Let me get you my contact info. And my Montgomery.
There's ways to do it. You can put them in cooler environmental
Yeah.
areas where it's naturally cooler than
Yes.
the water.
Yeah. So I think it's got to be local decisions, but it's got to be done by the people, not just the politicians. I think they have to have a say. And there's lack of transparency, huge red flag right there. My district doesn't include that county, but I will try my best to find answers. Sometimes, like, if I reach out, like, no.
I guess one of the issues, you mentioned the fact of, lack of energy sources.
Yeah.
May not have the data center here, it's gonna have to have transmission lines going to the data center, and how much of that.
Yes.
Our counties.
I know you guys are ready to go.
Farmland, impact.
Exactly. You gotta look at the MISO system as a whole. If it's on this side of the state versus other side of the state. So yeah, all. It's very complex. Energy issues are tough. Data centers. That's been one of the biggest homework assignments. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot coming. Yeah. Well, I just want to thank everybody so much for coming.